Just the most bizarre thing to be back in a place after several months.
This is a place where the royal family comes.
Yes, definitely a travel day.
Typically I'd be freaking out in this situation.
How did we get so lucky the first time? I don't know. Time to check out and head back to the airport. Okay, so two things. One is there's really a lack of coherent signage here with the public transport in Athens. Just because, you know, we're trying to go to the airport and we get in like a block or two that direction and there aren't any signs saying, you know, go this way for the airport.
Yeah.
So we had to go ask, and then it's like, oh yeah, you go down 2 floors. First of all, so we had to go several blocks, you know, getting off of the train that we were on, then go down 2 floors, and then you see, you know, you just see like the sign overhead saying airport. But there's nothing upstairs saying go this way if you're trying to go to the airport.
And thank God there was someone there to answer our question, because otherwise,
yeah,
we have no
going in
idea.
circles. Because you know, we're using Google Maps and it says it's in this location.
So we know we're in the right place,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. Google Maps doesn't tell you go down 2 floors. It just says it's around here.
Yeah.
But we do have to wait like 25 minutes for it to come, and that's fine. But we're definitely here at the right spot according to this. So.
And just like that, we are through security.
Another super easy experience.
Yep. Yeah,
Hardly anyone there.
Italy and Greece both. Smooth airport situation. And now we're gonna get some food, go to our gate.
1 hour later.
I guess the only thing left now to mention is that we are headed back to Scotland, heading back to Edinburgh. Our coats are heading back to their homeland.
We have a super long journey. We have a 3-hour flight to Zurich, layover, 2-hour flight to Scotland, but we're going back to the place that stole our hearts for kind of a brand new look at Scotland, because we're doing a lot of things differently.
Yeah, explore different areas in Edinburgh. We have a day trip to the Highlands, and then I think our final day there, we'll just kind of hit the things that really stole our hearts the first time. And then it's onwards after that. We have, I don't know how many, 11 days left in this trip, counting today, coming to the end of it, but there's still plenty to see, plenty to do, and we're excited. So the flight from Greece went pretty smoothly, but since the travel day curse is real, when we were on the plane about to land, we saw that our gate was boarding on the other side of the airport in Zurich, and so our trip turned into this for a moment. Yes, definitely a travel day.
Cardio is not my thing. Oh, we made it though. Yes.
Needless to say, we were very relieved to finally get on the plane and be heading to a place that we originally didn't plan to go back to, but we loved it so much the first time around that we found a way to make a return.
We're finally back in the UK. I'm really excited to be here. And yeah, we're gonna scan our passports. We're so close to being done with this long, long travel day. And then we get to explore Edinburgh.
Yes, we are back to continue our love affair with Edinburgh, as well as see a bit more of Scotland. But first, Lauren has to get through customs here. Look at this troublemaker getting
know.
caught up in customs.
I don't know what the issue was. Like, I just don't know if I was scanning it right or whatever, but the lady was super nice. She asked me, like, how long am I here for? I said, until the 1st, like, so what, 10 or 11 days? And she said, on holiday or business? And I said, holiday. And she said, enjoy your time. And I was like,
Yeah,
thanks.
or you're suspicious.
You're chill.
No, I'm just kidding. She's one of the good ones. What isn't good is that we might have a lost luggage situation. Us and one other person who was on our flight. We don't have our bags. There are a few bags still going around this carousel, but this is for a different flight according to that screen. The carousel over here for our flight, no more bags on it. And our bags were not amongst those that went around. So I think Lauren is going to inquire.
A few moments later.
Okay, a little update. We can confirm that our bags are still in Zurich.
First of all, I want a huge shout out to the guy who was helping us at the bag lost luggage thing. He was
Super
so
chill.
kind. And he said that Zurich has a lot of issues, apparently, with their baggage. And we weren't the only ones. There were, I think, 3 other people on our flight whose bags were left. So, bad news is we won't have it until probably
2 days from now.
Yeah, so we need to get like the absolute basic necessities.
That's the day we go on our day trip as well, so we won't be there until that evening. So really we have to get through probably 2 full days before we claim our bags.
I'm not trying to be dramatic, but like obviously we're at the end of our trip. It's inexpensive, we don't want to have to deal with, but
Yeah, but we don't have a choice, I guess.
we don't have a choice.
I think I jinxed it earlier too. I really did, because I said, what did I say before we left
Yeah, you did
Athens?
actually. That's a great point.
I said it's an amazing thing. We'll be able to get through an entire 3-month trip, and we didn't miss a flight or anything
or
dramatic like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this happened on our next to last flight. The last flight we had
Yeah.
was just home, but
And what's wild too, first of all, I'm shocked I'm not freaking out. Typically I'd be freaking out in this situation. Maybe I'm excited to shop, I don't know.
okay,
But
weird.
also, I'm just relieved that we're here. I'm relieved that our bags are accounted for in some place, and we have stuff to charge our electronics.
Yeah, we have all of our important, valuable
Yeah.
stuff with us, so that is a plus. It's just
Literally, like,
toiletries and clothes is what
and
we.
also all of our souvenirs are there. So I would like to get those
Ooh,
before
yeah.
we leave,
Right.
and hopefully they're not getting absolutely wrecked and getting thrown everywhere.
Right.
But now we need to navigate how to get to the hotel.
Yeah.
So.
Not exactly the most fun arrival back here. By the way, for those of you that don't know, we were in Edinburgh about 2.5 months ago. That's weird to say. That time flew
Yeah.
by. You can go watch that series of videos on the channel if you haven't been caught up.
Oh look, there's the tram.
Oh, okay, we'll go there. But yeah, we're back here for 3 days in Edinburgh, but one of those days we're going to be going up to the Highlands. So it's not just going to be exclusively in the city. And certainly we want to see parts of Edinburgh that we didn't get to see last time. So it won't be a repeat necessarily, although we do want to hit some of our favorite spots. But yeah, let's get some transportation sorted out here, get to the hotel, and then we can go from there. We were not expecting this. This is not necessarily...
You are here, wait, where are we going?
All right, we'll figure this out. How does it feel to be heading back to our old
Stomping grounds.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's so bizarre. Like, think about it. Like, in 3 months of your life, you see familiar things every day. In your home, going here, going there. We've not really had that experience.
Yeah, this is the first time on this entire trip that things are familiar to us
Yeah,
arriving
like
in
we're
a place.
coming. It literally feels like we're coming back home. Like, we recognize all these different things.
Yeah.
We're excited to go back to like the same places and find new places. So
I have no idea if it's just we've gotten so used to traveling that we realize things are going to happen and it's not really bothering us, or if it's because we're back in Edinburgh that we just don't care that we don't have our luggage for 2 days.
I am getting hungry though, so my mood could change.
Uh-oh. This is so strange to be back here. I mean, we were only here for 3 days, but like Lauren said, the way we've been living for this past 2.5, almost 3 months, it is the most bizarre thing to be back in a place after several months and it be familiar.
And back in a place we love.
Yes. Edinburgh has remained amongst our favorite places on this entire trip. Ever since we came here, I mean, we've been to 20-something cities since.
Yeah.
Still up there. Okay, let's get to our hotel and then we'll chat a bit more.
Yeah, figure out the next step. All right, so we have 2 main priorities now that we have our hotel. We need to charge our phones for a little bit because they're dying from a full day of travel. And then we need to, I guess 3 priorities. Charge our phones a bit, we need to get food, and we need to find the bare minimum. We're not gonna get underwear tonight, we're not gonna get clean socks, which is fine, we can get that stuff tomorrow, but we need like toothbrushes and enough stuff to actually like feel like normal people. But I think tomorrow we'll get up early, kind of fix whatever we need to get done, and then be able to explore for the day. And our 3rd day here, we were anticipating kind of reliving what we did the first time, but we might dedicate part of that day to exploring what we would have kind of done tomorrow, since tomorrow we'll have to get more things because a lot of places are closed. Anyways, I'm just excited, so. Thank God. Wow.
Yeah,
Thank God. Why was this so hard to find in other places?
I don't know. You need a case as well. Perfect.
I'm gonna be able to see. Okay. Now we need toothbrushes.
Sorry everybody, I know this is super thrilling watching us pick up some essentials, but
We need them.
we won't waste too much more of your time in here, but there is one absolute must purchase while we're here. We've kept you guys long enough with all of this travel stuff, so unless something crazy happens, the next thing you're going to see on screen is a beautiful shot of a Scottish morning. So this is how I'm sure most of you native Scots are used to seeing this city. We got lucky last time we were here and got a 3-day stretch of blue skies, but everybody told us this is what we should prepare for. It definitely doesn't take away from the city at all though. It's gray, but everything is still beautiful. So let's go. Wow, my hair.
Well, we're through, and we got
Audio guides.
the audio guide, so we're gonna enjoy the experience.
Okay, so right away I just want to say 2 quick things. One, we were not really allowed to film anything past a certain point. I got a few shots, please don't judge me, I just wanted to have something to show, but there's not going to be too much, so just know there's a lot more inside. 2, the Royals aren't really my thing, just not an interest that I have, but Lauren has been a big fan for a long time, so I'm gonna hand this over to her. Lauren, first of all, why did you want to come here?
Well, like you said, I am a fan of the Royals, which we now realize that people in the UK kind of think that's weird, which I understand. But it was an exciting place to go to because this is the King's official residence when he's in Edinburgh, and it has so much history as the Scottish royal family lived here. So we got to see some amazing artifacts from them, original paintings, and we also got to see the room of Mary Queen of Scots. I enjoyed every single minute of it.
Wasn't there a guy who was murdered there too? We saw like the blood stain or something.
Yeah, there's allegedly a stain on the ground where they said a murder happened. And we had asked some other people about it and they agreed too. They said that's part of it.
So there you have it. A lot of royal stuff and a murder. What more could you ask for?
The weather is it's quite rough today.
How did we get so lucky the first time? I don't know. So just like with our coats, Edinburgh is clearly the place where we get an upgrade because we just tossed our old umbrellas. We're about to get better quality ones. We feel like we might need them for some reason.
Yeah, and we're not just tossing them for fun, and they literally snapped in a windstorm.
Is this because of my terrible Scottish accent that when we first arrived last time, did I bring this curse upon us? We're in Scotland. Hope that wasn't offensive to you Scottish viewers. But we're just excited to be in your country. That was terrible. That was like Eastern European there. There she is right there.
That's where we stayed, in like a 12-room hostel. Here we are in a nice hotel now.
I will not miss the snoring. So our next stop of the day took us to another part of Edinburgh that we really hadn't visited the first time around. We took a tram a little bit north to Leith. And this is a place that, we'll be honest, we're not really sure if it was the time of year, if it was the day of the week, or if it had something to do with the fact that we were starting to deal with Storm Jocelyn. But Leith was a bit of a ghost town. There wasn't as much as we were expecting to find up there, but that was okay. We still spent several hours there. We had dinner, did some walking around, and we were up in Leith for a very specific purpose. What purpose was that, Lauren?
I don't know. Should we tell them? It's kind of permanent. We went and spoke to someone about
something. Yeah, I guess maybe they'll find out in a future video, but just know that we didn't just go to Leith without a purpose. We went up and spoke to somebody about something. You'll find out very soon. Okay, so we are back in the hotel. But Edinburgh had a little surprise for us. You might remember the first time that we were here. There was a day where Lauren wanted to find the Playhouse, and so we started searching for it, and Google Maps led us around and around, and eventually we got sidetracked and distracted by a group of people heading up to Calton Hill. That's how we discovered Calton Hill, and you might notice that we never really saw it through the whole searching for the Playhouse thing. We just sort of abandoned it because we saw it from up top. And we never went back and we never looked for it again. Well, tonight we were heading back to our hotel and not even thinking about the area, not thinking about the playhouse at all. And lo and behold, there it is in the distance. So actually, I think we'll just come clean. All of these videos since our Edinburgh series has essentially just been us looking for the playhouse. And we finally found it, so mission accomplished. I think we can finally put it behind us. How do you feel? Do you feel better?
I'm glad that we got to see it, and I'm even happier that we're back. I'm in this bed, got a little hot chalky because the weather was absolutely terrible today.
Yeah, the weather wasn't fun, but I do have to say, this could just be me. I didn't mind it. I mean, don't get me wrong, like it was a little uncomfortable or whatever, but we had really bad weather, for example, in Porto the entire time. And I felt like physically depressed through a lot of our stay there. We had really bad weather in Bordeaux our entire time there. We had rain and wind, and it kind of, I don't know, it made me spend a lot of my time walking around just wishing that I was back in our room. But the entire day here, even though it was mostly rain and there was wind that was strong enough to knock you into the street when you're standing on the sidewalk, I still didn't mind. I still felt pretty at peace. And, you know, even though we have like the lost luggage situation that we're waiting to get resolved, for some reason all of that just still hasn't bothered me. But anyway, I think it is time to relax, enjoy the warmth. I can see now why the Scots invented whiskey, just purely out of survival in this climate.
And in 12 hours from now, we'll be up because we got an early day tomorrow.
Yes, a very exciting day because we, just like in Ireland, just like in Lisbon, we're going on a little day trip. We're going to see the Highlands, and it's going to be amazing. Here's a little preview of it right now. I just want to say, hand on heart, the most impressive series of landscapes I've ever seen.
I'm really excited to see Loch Ness.